Hey, what's going on, everybody? Caleb back with reviews, like a sir, for another live review because a couple of y'all said that y'all enjoyed the live review. It's a little bit more personal, and y'all can actually interact with me while I'm doing the review, ask any questions you might have, stuff like that. So, a couple things. Just a reminder, y'all have already heard it by now. Giveaways going on, all that good jazz. Check out the Patreon. Somebody thought it was very funny that they wanted to get the full beard treatment. You won't know what that means unless you go to the Patreon. I'll link it down below, or it's been linked in a couple of the previous videos. And on top of that, I don't think there's much going on. Yeah, just go watch the videos on the other two giveaways going on, and let's get this going. So, what are we going over today? We're going over the Vapor Storm Eco Kit. Now, when I first saw this, I thought it was going to be kind of like a single battery Vapor Storm Puma, which I absolutely adore, if y'all remember. I love the feel of the mod, love the ergonomics. I love the, when I say the feel of the mod, I literally mean the feel of the materials used. I love the ergonomics, and I love the lightweight aspect of it. And today we're going to be going over its little brother, this little guy, the Eco Kit. Now this is a single battery, regulated, unregulated. Yes, Landon, everything is going well. This is a regulated but not regulated mod. It's going to put out the maximum of the battery and it'll drop as it goes down. It's basically one of those stick mods, but this one comes with an RDA that is interesting to say the least. We'll get over that in just a second. And it is very, very comfortable in the hand. It's just real cute and dainty. Love the grooves, goes great with the hand. It's just dainty as shit. And it feels great. So, why don't we go over packaging first? I'm gonna stick all this stuff back in there real quick so that I can show you how it comes. I have used this. Oh, and for anybody who's wondering why Sarah's not doing her review, she just wasn't feeling up to it today. All right, back in the box. Now, there is going to be one empty slot in here because that is where little tools go. I have used those little tools and lost them since then. But here's the packaging up close. Eco Kit by Vapor Storm. On the side, you're going to have some text. Let's see if I can get that to focus. There is no autofocus on YouTube, apparently. Let's see here. Nope, not gonna happen. On the side is their social medias. On this side, it comes in all the same colors as the Vapor Storm Puma did. On the bottom, it just says Vapor Storm. Now here's where it explodes. On the back, it has all the little stats of the entire kit. And a red and blue scratch and sniff. Is that orange and blue? That is orange and blue. Maybe it's red and blue. I don't know. I'm not colorblind, but in the camera it looks more red, and in real life it looks more orange. So, this kit is a starter kit, but it's not at the same time. So, for all of y'all who like tube mods, probably gonna like this kit. For anybody who likes starter kits, probably gonna like this kit. With an asterisk. Because this kit is a touch weird. Alright, let's just get inside. On the inside, it has a little flip packaging like this. Has the exact same thing that I had on the back. Little diagram and all of the stats of the mod itself. On the inside, you got the mod, which has a battery in it, but that's just for the purposes of the review. Has your Lion RDA, which is, it's an interesting bugger. It's got a little place that was going to hold some tools. It's got a little cotton. I've already used the coils that came with it, so I do apologize, but it does come with very, very, very fine fused Clapton coils. Comes with a little tri tool, some O-rings, some extra post screws, but it does not come with the squonk pin, so they were not prepared for that. It is a starter kit, so I'm assuming they think squonking is a little bit heftier on the not so starter kit side, I guess you could say. Put all that junk back in the packaging, and I'll get this out for a look. It also does have a manual. And that's it. Manual's in the bottom of the box. No, I think there was a battery safety card. Hello, fourth person here. Say hello in the chat. Landon already did. Always a pleasure, Landon, by the way. G'day, buddy. What's up, Barry? How you doing, man? All right, so let's go over the mod itself. Okay, so the way that this works is it has a little chip in there that is going to put out the maximum up to 90 watts of power through your coil. So if your battery is fully charged, it'll give you 4.7 volts. 4.7? 4.2. My bad. Batteries don't go up to 4.7 volts. Give you 4.2 volts, and then it'll drain all the way down to, I think, about 3.3 volts, if I'm not mistaken. I have the manual in front of me if I forget any sort of the stats. All right. But the manual does say something very weird. It says that the output or the voltage range is 3.3 to 4.2. But then it says it will drain all the way down. Did I pause? Hey, I'm back. Sorry, somebody called. Interested in this review, mate? I have one of those coming in vape mail. It is very nice. I will give you that. Okay. Well, I'll give it a rating here in just a sec. All right. So it says that they go down all the way to 0 watts or volts. I highly doubt that. I don't know anything that will drain the battery all the way down to 0. So I think that was just a misprint. But this will fire to a 0.09, which is very nice for all, like I said, all those people who like to build really low for their mech mods. This is going to do the exact same thing as a mech mod, but it has safety features so that you don't destroy your battery by accident. All right, 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, oh, it's already on. 1 sec. Has a little LED in there. 5 clicks to turn it on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it'll do it. There we go. Flashes blue when it's on. I don't think there's a color indication in the LED of when it's starting to drain. I just don't. But, nah. To each his own. Battery door. It is magnetized on both ends, so it doesn't come out. But we'll go over that in just a sec. Indication right there. Positive, negative. I am going to side with Mike Vapes on this, that I think if you're going to put a battery indication that they should be in white if you're going to use a black kind of plastic. Construction is fairly nice. It feels really solid. There's no bend or give in the ABS plastic, which is the primary material. Probably brass contacts or something similar, at least maybe gold plated, I don't know. Pop in your battery, door goes on like that. You can charge it from the bottom, has a USB port, micro USB port, which I don't particularly recommend using. It's just not safe, but whatever you want, do at your own risk. Now here's the first gripe of the entire mod. See the door? See that? I don't know if that's just my model, but it is going to be a gripe. If you can't even get your door tolerances right. I also think they could have made this a little bit wider so that you could have fit a 20 or 21700 in here. But that's just because I think that's the way the industry is going, is more toward the 21 or 2700 area. All right, let's get rid of that notification. Whoop. All right, next we're going to go over the Lion RDA. Oh wait, one more thing. ADHD brain, guys. I love the top cap of this. It is straight up flush. It does not have a 510 connection ring that you see on everything else. And yes, it will scuff up the top eventually, but as long as you're careful and don't torque down your RDAs, I like it a lot. I do believe this will fit up to a 25 millimeter RDA. And I do believe the Lion RDA is a 25 millimeter RDA. So if you're wondering why I keep looking over here, it's because I'm checking the comments over here from my laptop. Hello, fifth person, unless you disappear. Yep, you disappeared. Okay, goodbye. All right, let's screw this down. And it does fit very, very nicely. And that is what the whole kit looks like up close and together. The only thing I didn't show y'all is that it has eco written on the bottom. That is what it is. All right, the 810 drip tip it comes with. It is actually reduced inside, so it's a very short, chubby 810 drip tip, but it is reduced on the inside, so it looks like a telescope. It is funneled down in, so you get lots of flavor coming through there. top cap had no scuffs to speak of when I first got it. I might have added some on there, but I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see if y'all can see that. I hate that YouTube's live function doesn't have autofocus. If it had autofocus, that would be amazing. All right, let's take this off. I put it on there to show you what it looks like on the actual device, but gold-plated deck, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan either, but at least it's not that gaudy. You can't see it from the inside. Not keen on door, will fall off easy. It does not actually fall off easy, Barry. It moves around, but the magnets in it are strong enough that it holds on real nice. So it is kind of a grievance for me, but it does not fall off. It has never fallen off on me. I mean, it's so lightweight that the magnets are strong enough that, I mean, I'm shaking that. I'm shaking that hard. Looks like I was jerking off. No, I was shaking that pretty hard, Barry, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. All right. Gold-plated deck. Says line RDA, and then some little bitty text that I'm too blind to read. Let's see here. Designed and manufactured by Vaporstorm. Very, very small. Now here's where we get to the biggest gripes of this RDA, and then the weirdness starts. Put it back on here so I can take the top cap off. Show you all the top cap up close. I'm going to wait to reveal the deck because it's a doozy. Okay. First things first, you got your lion logo on there. Let's see if it'll focus. You got your lion logo. It says V-Storm right underneath the lion. Going around, it says Vapor with some weird embroidery. I don't know what that's for. And then you've got your knurling, which is very finely etched around the top cap right there. Go ahead and take that out. Got your big airflow slots on the side. Big airflow slots. You can see me through there. Hello. But the way that it works is it's a step-down airflow system. So you start with that biggest setting right here. Here, let me get a pointer out. You start with the biggest setting right here. And then as you turn it, it steps down a third, and then another third, and then it closes off. So not too shabby, not too bad. We'll need this in a minute. My pointer's a little big. All right, sorry, this is all juicy, guys. I just took the build out of it so that I could do a live build for y'all. Because I enjoy doing live builds, keeps me honest about my building capabilities. All right, so here's the fun part. Here's the extremely fun part. Did I grab my Allen key? I have Allen keys everywhere. When you get a bunch of vape stuff, you get a bunch of different Allen keys. You never know if you have the right one. Well, that's disconcerting. I might not be able to find my Allen key, guys. Well, I might be right back after a brief intermission so that I can find my Allen key to actually screw those down. It's just right over there. I'll be right back. Oops, I'm back. You can tell by the ground shaking. All right, so comes a little bit of Allen key, and we'll get into the deck. I didn't even need it. I should have been paying attention. The screws in here are flathead. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Flatheads are so annoying. Flatheads. Okay, screws are quite nice. They go in and out very well. This deck is it's a postless deck, even though the entire thing is a post. Okay, so the whole thing is gold plated. So it's gonna be bright and shiny in your eyes. But here is the deck. Positive and negative sides on each one. It's a postless design with cotton slots on either side. Here, let me cotton slots on either side. There we go. Now you can see. All right. And the reason that it is shaped like this is because those are airflow ramps. Now hear me out. I didn't think that they were gonna do anything either when I first got it. But once you slot this into the little slots that are on either side of the deck, God, it's so shiny, it's barely picking up. There's a slot right there, and the exact same spot on the other side. I don't know why I just accidentally fired that. And it slots in with the airflow right in front of those ramps. And the ramps bring the airflow directly to the coil. And I didn't think that they were gonna work when I first got this, but hold on. Everybody disappeared. Don't need that. I hate the design of this deck, but for the life of me, I cannot say that it does not work to increase the flavor. This RDA is surprisingly flavorful. Like, it is a treat to vape on, and I have no idea why. I really don't. The only thing I can guess is that those airflow ramps work wonders, because when I first saw this RDA, I didn't think that they were going to do shit. Where is my, there we go, coil jig. So, up to this stage, while I'm building, does anybody have any questions? If anybody's still here, anybody got any questions? That's two. I already answered Barry's not question. 6 turns on the old jig. No questions from the peanut gallery. Eh, it is whatever. Oh, so far so good. Thank you, Barry. But no, this RDA is, I don't want to say that it's a good RDA, but at the same time, I haven't been able to fault it for much. It doesn't seem like it should work, and I thought that it was just a gimmick whenever I first got it, but it's not. The flavor that you get from this RDA is surprisingly good, and I thought it was just, oh, look at this piece of gold-plated junk we're just gonna throw in the kit just for the newbie vapors, but yours comes with an RTA? I didn't see that option. I might have to go back and look at that, because I would like an RTA. I love RTAs if you don't know that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just enough wire. I always cut just enough somehow. And now I don't know the exact length that I'm gonna need on the legs for this, so I'm gonna do what I normally do. You want it? From where? Please tell me, Barry. Just because I'm a reviewer doesn't mean I'm against winning stuff. I enjoy winning stuff. You must comment where you won that. Unless it's Australia only then, or New Zealand only then. Did you win it from Vaporstorm? Now, one of the fun things is that these legs, close your eyes. Oh, it's the graffiti one. Yeah, I didn't like that. That's why I got the straight up black. Sarah wanted one too in like the Tiffany blue color, but we didn't get her one. She decided to get something else that she's gonna review later. Now, got it from Vapor Jimmy, UK. All right, I'll definitely look them up. Okay, so as you can see, the legs on this thing are real tiny, and I'm probably gonna have to cut them even shorter than that. You want this as close to the end of the airflow ramps as you can time. You want the legs to be extremely short, so that kind of works in your favor, but if you just barely overcut the legs, you fucked. Pardon me if anybody is not a fan of cussing. I don't care. My channel. No offense. I cuss like a sailor, and I've never been proud of it, but I've never been ashamed of it either. Can't put that on a resume that you cuss like a sailor, but if you could, I would get all the jobs. All right, there's one coil installed. Dun, dun, dun. And what you want to do is you don't want to pull it back or take it out and cut those legs, but you want to get that coil as close to the end. Here, let me show you. As close to that ramp right in there as you can. So whether you're cutting the legs or you are pulling it closer to the center really works well, by the way. Either one, get it close. Okay, let's do the other one. Hello, third viewer. Welcome. If you want to say hi and stick around, you're welcome. If you don't, then I will probably never know your name or know who you are. Okay, almost done with this live build, but yeah, Vapor Jimmy. Does the exclamation point go with the Vapor Jimmy, or is it just Vapor Jimmy and you were excited about it? Oh, they might be. Okay, what did they tell you what RTA they're sending you, Barry? Because if they're sending you an RTA, it might be that it is an RTA from like just a straight up RTA, and I think it would build with battery out. Yes, you would think that I would do that, and that is normally a good practice, but okay, thank you very much. Normally that's a great practice, but I've been building for so long that I've never, like, I've burnt myself so many times. I'm very careful of this little thingy right here. Now for any newbie vapor, which this is technically for, I would also recommend building with the battery out. But in this case, I will be okay. I will survive, as it were. Thank you for the concern, though. It comes with the kit? I didn't see an RTA version. Otherwise, I probably would have gotten the RTA version. Okay, those are looking fairly even to me. Maybe this one could use a little bit of forwarding by comparison. If you're wondering what's going on in the background, Sarah's watching Friends. We've been on a Friends kick. Okay, those are looking spiffy to me. Those look okay to everybody? All right, let's pulse them. And get them cleaned up. Tweezers. I do highly recommend you have safe building practices, which means, as Barry said, build with the battery out. I have literally just gotten so used to building with the battery in so that I can immediately pulse it right after I'm done that I'm always conscious of where the fire button is. I'll have to look that up, Barry, because I didn't know that there was a kit. Those are glowing. Real nice. I didn't know there was a kit that you could have gotten an RTA with. I would have done that. Glowing nice and pretty. Maybe a little high, but sue me. All right. We will get that wicked up in just a second. I'm gonna wait for it to cool off a little bit. Stop being so angry. Why are you so angry? Now, if you're wondering, those are 2.5s because I want them to be as small and compact as possible while still giving the lowest resistance possible. So I didn't do, that's not enough cotton. 1 second. I didn't do too many wraps, but at the same time, I did a good number. Pack it tight. I may be wrong, but it sure it has an RTA. I'll definitely look that up because I would have loved an RTA. Now, if you're wondering, I usually only squish one side because I want most of the cotton to be fluffy. So like, see the fluff on the tail? Kind of like the aglet trick that a lot of companies are doing now. Except I make my own aglet of sorts. That's how everybody used to. What resistance per coil, you reckon? I can put this on something else, but this is probably, let's see here, 0.2. It's between 0.2 and 0.25. That's all I got for you. I'll Once I'm done wicking it up and everything and juicing it up so it doesn't burn, I'll put it on my pulse so I can get a reading. Because that's the other thing that I haven't done already. I haven't vaped. Still rocking the Profile RDA. Flavor off that. Let's see if I can actually get it in. This is not easy to do on camera. It's not easy to do when I drop it down below in most of my reviews either. When it comes to this mod, I try to keep it around that between 0.1 and, oh, you're kidding me, it ripped. Between 0.1 and 0.25. That's where it likes its sweet spot. Once you get higher than that, maybe I put too much. God, life is kicking me in the ass right now. This is live and I'm failing. But no, once you get higher than that, it just doesn't want to vape right. If you just joined us, hello, I am Caleb with Reviews Like a Sir. Going over this Eco Kit by Vaporstorm. Say hello in the chat if you want a shout out. Nope, don't. Okay. We have a bunch of shy types. If you want to see what I'm doing, Barry. It's voltage control. So, okay. There's no actual control. What it does is it's just like a mechanical. It's going to drop the voltage output as your battery dies, but it's going to regulate it in a sense of it's going to put out upwards of 90 watts. It's going to output 4.2 volts. No, you can't set the wattage. It's going to output 4.2 volts from the jump with a full battery, if it can, and under 90 watts for your resistance on your build. That was really difficult to say. That was a very muddy sentence. It is not wattage control. I do apologize, but so you know all the stick mods, not the ones that you could regulate the voltage and wattage coming out of them, but like the Prince stick or the, oh, basically the Prince stick, where they would have a tank on top and they would just output around 90 watts or upwards of 90 watts at a full battery. That's what this does, but it's got a better form factor and it's got a better chip in my opinion. Normal voltage will be around 3.7 volts. No, actually it goes down to 3.3 volts. So is where it says that the cutoff or the range is 3.3 volts, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, cotton is getting everywhere, doo-dah. That's why I can't let my dogs in here, oh, da-doo-dah day. If you're just joining us, I'm kind of a weirdo, yeah. My name is Caleb with Reviews Like a Sir, oh, da-doo-dah day. Now, fun fact, those ramps I mentioned earlier, you would think that they would cause major leaking because it's basically a direct ramp to the hole, to the air holes. No, I have not gotten this thing to leak even once. I just dab my juice and it gets absorbed. It's kind of weird. I can't explain it. The only thing I can think is that with all of the angles inside this RDA on the deck, on average, yes, I've gotten this thing to last me a whole day with my vape habits, and I go through 120 mil. If I'm not trying to save juice, I go through 120 mil of juice in about 3 days. If I'm vaping the way that I want and I have plenty of money to go get juice. If I don't have plenty of money to go get juice, about a week. That's how long it takes me to go through 120 mil. But this thing, while vaping hard, still lasted me a whole day. So, on one battery. So, just depends on your vaping habits. All right, this is wide open. You can see all the way through it. We'll vape on it a few times. This is not the recommended coil strength that they give for you. They recommend you build a little bit lower, but I like it about 2/3 of the way open. So I closed off one step on the airflow, and we'll take a vape and I'll show y'all. It is regulated. Like I said, it'll get you up to 90 watts. It'll get you up to 90 watts depending on your wire resistance. So it will not put a full 4.2 through the coils. It will get you up to 90 watts, but it will regulate it in trying to keep you there. Like that's the maximum that you will get, or if you can't go to 90 watts, it's weird. They describe it weird. Maximum output is 4.2, so whatever coil resistance you need to get exactly 4.2 volts, it can get you there, but it cuts off at 90 watts. So if you're building on something like this and it can go to 110 watts at 4.2, it will not give you that 4.2. It'll keep you there for as long as it can. It'll keep you at whatever the cutoff for 90 watts is. It'll keep you there for as long as possible, and then it'll start dropping after that. So thank you for giving me all these maths, Barry. I didn't have all these maths whenever I started this. I vape off of where I find my sweet spot. I know that doesn't make sense, but hear me out. Basically, I don't measure my wattage, or I don't measure my resistance on my coils before I use them. I just go for it. So we're about to see what this coil is for the first time. New. It is a 0.23. I've gotten, if you can see that, 0.23. I've gotten pretty good at guesstimating where my here, why don't we just use this mod to see where 90 watts would be. So let's go up to 90 watts. Only goes up to 80. It's a pulse 80. You're correct. It would not go up to the full wattage. This is we'll regulate to 3 volts to get to 90 watts. Whenever we'll regulate to 3 volts. That confuses me a little bit. Oh, with this 0.23 build, this would put out, let's see here, 90 watts. Well, at 80 watts, it was pushing about 4.36 volts. So it would probably give about 75 watts to hit that 4.2 mark. If that makes sense. But no. Unless you're just stupid about over dripping, I have not had this thing leak on me even once. It would have been hilarious if that happened just now on live stream, wouldn't it? Nope. All got absorbed. There you go. I'm not good with this math. Like I said, I used to measure all of that stuff back in the day because I used to cloud comp, and this, in recent years, I've just been eyeballing it. And like I said it was between 0.2 and 0.25. Got it right on the nose. 0.23. So, thank you for the math, Barry. That was wide open. I don't like it wide open. There we go. I would like to say that I would know these things, but I look kind of stupid when somebody in my own chat is telling me how this works. But Whatever the case may be, it is very comfortable in the hand, and despite its flaws, like I hate the gold-plated deck, that's aesthetic, it doesn't matter. This gives off great flavor. Oh, you're an electric engineer. Wow. I'm not. I'm a kinesiology student, so anyways. Whatever it's putting off, man. That's a good vape. It's flavorful. It's full. I mean, let's take it down to a third of the airflow and let's see what kind of vapor production we're getting. Drip again. Let's let that soak up. Watch me bite my lip. Ooh. Guys, I think that is the first time I've got over dripped. Ooh, watch the fireworks. Now I can barely see them. But no. Nah. Oh, there it goes. First time I've over dripped. It is very simple, but it's effective. Get great flavor off of it. Guys, that is the first time I've ever over dripped this RDA. Ever. And I think it's because I wasn't watching. I was paying attention to the live stream and the chat and Barry. That is the first time I've ever gotten this RDA to leak, which is impressive in my books. There we go. Let's just soak up some of that extra juice. All right. Let's give it another toke. This is with only a third of the airflow open. Let's see what kind of vapor production we get. Scoot back a little bit. The well, it's not deep. Basically, the top cap acts as the well. The airflow is up here, right at the bottom of that ramp, so I would say that's probably about 6-7 mil with the top cap on. Now, that being said, the well itself is only probably about 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters, which is a negative. And here comes Sarah, here comes Sarah. Barry says hi, probably.
Hi, Barry.
He's an electric engineer. Did you know that? He's trying to explain to me my voltage and stuff like that for this thing in the chat. Sarah says hi. Let me scoot over. So now that Sarah's here, I was already about to give my final thoughts and everything. But so the RDA is quirky. That is a con in my book. It's easy to build on, but it's not the easiest to build on at the same time. See, Barry says hi. The patterning on the RDA itself is annoying and gaudy. I absolutely hate it. If they had just had this one lion on there without all the other stuff, I think it would have been fine. That's a subjective con, mind you, but it is a con in a lot of people's books. They do not like the gaudiness of RDAs. The drip tip is nice. I wish they'd come with a 510 adapter and another drip tip. Possibly could have been put in there. That's like, what, 5 cents worth of plastic they could have put in there. I think that what are you doing? You watching yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're monitoring the chat on the laptop, guys. I think that the design of the actual deck itself is not bad. I think they had something with that because the airflow ramp, I think, actually works. It kind of guides the air into the coils, and I get amazing flavor off of this RDA, despite the fact that it looks so simple and so deceiving and so stupid, in my opinion.
Dude, there's like a 12-second delay. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. So, gaudiness, con number 1. Con number 2 is they didn't come with the second drip tip, which, yes, this is subjective. I have a lot of subjective cons, guys, but this is my opinion. Keep that in mind. If you don't care about those, then take them off as cons. Do what you will. The third con is the door. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But the door does not come off, ever. So, take that as you will. All right, so for the pros, the feel, I've always been a fan of this ABS plastic. I don't know why, but I love it. It is great. It feels great in the hand. It just don't over drip, Barry, really. But no, it feels great in the hand, and it is comfortable as hell. Like, the lines on here fit perfectly in your hand. I like that it is simple, but at the same time, it has a chip to keep you regulated, to keep you from over pumping juice through this thing. Power, not juice. Over pumping power through this thing and making your battery explode, because mechs do not have enough, they don't have enough safety precautions, in my opinion, which is why I don't use mechs very often. But it is very light and strong, Barry. It is. I mean, I could drop this thing and I would not feel weird. The only thing I would have a problem with is the negative pin down here, spring-loaded negative pin. I think would dent the battery top. But other than that, I have no problem with it. Oh, looks light, strong, and good size. Ooh.
Thanks.
But no, so that is a pro in my opinion, is the feel, the look, and the sturdiness of this mod. Second pro is the flavor that I get off of this RDA is astounding for what it is. You wouldn't expect it.
Would you say it roars? Ah ha ha.
Yes, the Lion RDA roars. Ha 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 ha. But no, so overall, whew, it's a little cloudy. Let's get that out of here. Get that corn out of my face. She's never seen Nacho Libre. Probably half of people who've ever watched our videos have never seen Nacho Libre. But whatever. So, if I was going to have to rate this as a starter kit, I would rate this an easy 6. No, I would go 6.57. That is my rating as a starter kit. It has a learning curve. You have to learn how to build with it, which isn't as easy as just getting one of those stick mods and then putting a tank on it or something like that. But it is a good, flavorful vape, and it is very comfortable in the hand. It's better than a stick, in my opinion, which is just round. I don't like that. And the sticks are very heavy. This is very light. So 6.5 is where I'm going to go with this. What?
I don't know.
And it is a very nice daily vape. So, that has been our review, or my review, or would you stop shaking the camera? Stop, seriously, they can see that. 6.5 with a recommendation if you're looking for a starter kit or something to put RDAs on. This right here is the way to go. Oh my god.
I didn't mean to.
So, that has been our review of the Eco Kit by Vapor Storm. And we'll see you guys next time on reviews. I can't do it because she's in the way. I might elbow her in the face. Like I said. We'll see you guys.